Hi guys, give me a second to get sat down. And everything else. Hey, nature fan. Hey, Baragon. How is everybody? Hey, carry me through. How is everybody? Check out the poll. Get your votes in. Make sure you give the live a like if you haven't yet. Tonight's topic is the DeKaye's brown snake and the common Krait. And our poll for today is, which one of these snakes is venomous? Is it the DeKaye's brown snake or the common Krait? Duh. I couldn't get the words out. Yeah, that poll. And yes. For those of you who still don't know, I am feeling better. I will probably take a pain pill before I go to bed. Maybe. Definitely take one before I leave for church, so that just in case, I have that done. Because I don't want to be at church and have an issue and not have a pill. So that'll be a thing. I don't know. I want to give us a few minutes before I get started. Oh, I know what it is. It's awesome. I definitely got to check out your shorts on your channel. I don't know if I have anything. I have decided to, I put off working on any books for a while, but I'm to the point where I'm feeling like I need to start writing again, so I'm going to. It'll be more short stories. Oh, okay, no problem. Time to get started. Oh, I didn't change that. Yeah, I did. I'm looking at top and it's at the bottom. Hi, I'm Charlie, and this is the Natureverse 4.7, and today, right at this moment, we are talking about two snakes. One from North America and one from Asia. Join me as we look at two species who might just be in your backyard, if you're lucky. That's if you live in the United States and if you live in Asia. I did go in, guys. I mentioned I was going to do this. And I went in and I wrote down all of the countries that have visited my little piece of YouTube. It's not a matter of opinion. You would be lucky to have these snakes because one of them eats other snakes and the other eats snails and slugs. So if you have a garden, he's your best friend. So that is the list of countries that I get to pull from for this backyard thing. It's a lot. So starting off, we are looking at the DeKaye's brown snake. This is what he looks like. He's a little cutie. They don't get very big, under a foot. These guys go by two other names. The DeKaye's snake and the brown snake, not to be confused with the Australian brown snakes. Not related. This is a colubrid. It is not the venomous snake. It is native to North America and Central America. They can be found in the United States. They tend to be found east of the Great Plains. The snake can be found in urban areas and into the countryside. It is commonly encountered by people. Adults are 12 inches or less, and or less than 30. Anyway, I think that's supposed to be 30 centimeters. The largest of their kind to be found is 19 3/8 inches or 49 centimeters. Now, like many of our native water snakes and garter snakes, this species gives live birth. Mating takes place in the spring, right after the snakes come out of brumation. Remember, brumation is when snakes come out of hibernation. Or brumation is hibernation in reptiles. Females will give birth to 3 to 41 young in the late summer. And they do a gardener a favor by feeding on slugs, snails, even earthworms. They even have specialized jaws that allow them to remove snails from their shells. Now, they were first collected by James Ellsworth DeKay, who collected his first one on Long Island in New York. Now, I've seen several of these guys in my life. And my experience is they would rather flee than mess with you. Some of them will musk. Musk, if you don't know, is when a snake empties the contents of its cloaca to scare you away. Speaking of which, we mentioned that the DeKaye's snake is not venomous. But now we turn our attention to the other snake in this segment, the common krait, a species from Asia with a reputation that is just about the complete opposite of our brown snake. Unfortunately, this is a snake that can be found in the backyards in India and a few other countries. Okay. It is the common krait, or bungarus, and I'm not even going to try pronouncing its species name. I'm just going to put it hi. I have no idea, Love Spidey, what you're trying to say. We have covered other venomous snakes on this channel, and if you know me, then you know that I have a love for the venomous and the weird. Hi, Love Spidey. This snake is an elapid. It is found in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, Afghanistan, and even parts of Iran. It can be found in a mix of environments, including agricultural fields and human settlements. The water snakes that we're talking about are found in the United States, but other places do have snakes that can be found in the water. In India and other places, they may take refuge in termite mounds, rat burrows, and even under debris. Now, this is a nocturnal snake, and they can be black or bluish black. Yes. There are spinning cobras. But this guy is not a spitting cobra. So these guys can be found in termite mounds or around termite mounds, rat burrows, and even debris. Now, this is a nocturnal snake, like I said before. They can be black, like this individual, or they can be bluish black with narrow white crossbands. Their average size is around 5 foot 9 inches or 1.75 meters. Now, they do carry neurotoxic venom and are considered to be one of the big 4 venomous snakes in South Asia. During monsoon seasons, these snakes become even more dangerous because they are known to enter into human settlements. And we're not sure if they're going after prey or if they're seeking shelter. They are rarely encountered during the day. And during the day, they tend to be non-aggressive. But at night, they transform. And they tend to be not so non-aggressive. When threatened, they will form tight coils and they tuck their head underneath those coils. They will also flatten out their bodies. At night, they become more active. And that non-aggressive attitude is replaced with aggression. They are known to bite people who are sleeping on the ground. Its bites they feed on a wide range of prey species, including snakes, venomous snakes, small rodents, lizards, birds, and frogs. And unlike the DeKaye's brown snake, which doesn't lay eggs, these guys give live birth. I'm sorry, I just goofed. Unlike the DeKaye's brown snake, these snakes are egg layers. And we call that, there is a word for that in science. And it is called that. So anytime that you might see that word, it means egg laying. A clutch of eggs is going to contain 5 to 15 eggs, which are laid either in the summer or in the winter, amongst leaf litter or in burrows. They will guard their eggs until they hatch. Hatchlings, just so you know, are independent from birth and equipped with venom. Now, I already said that the snake is venomous. And far be it from me to not talk about the venom a little bit. The average bite is going to contain about 10 milligrams of venom. You, however, only need 2 to 3 milligrams to have a lethal dose. I'm going to say that again. A lethal dose for humans is around 2 to 3 milligrams. This is where it gets a little sad. Their fangs are relatively short, Sort of typical for elapids. Elapids, remember, we've talked about this before, have short, fixed fangs. Some may be larger, some may be a little bit bigger, but yeah. Their bites tend to go unnoticed, which is not good. The bites are not only painless, but a lot of times there's no signs of a bite. There's no swelling, no localized pain. Unaliving can come in just 4 to 8 hours if it goes untreated. Oftentimes, a person that does get bit is going to die from asphyxiation. Basically, the venom paralyzes the diaphragm along with other muscles. Any questions? And again, we have been talking about the Krait. That's what he looks like. They're either black or bluish black. And this is the DeKaye's brown snake. What do I have? I wanted to look something up, but I forgot what it was. Oh, I know. Nope, that's not it. That's not what I wanted to do. Wanted to come here. Interesting. I don't think that's what I am. I don't have anything else for tonight. That means it is time for open chat. And I went off the chain, not in the last live, but in the live before. I just want to say that with me not feeling my best, not going to come down on people because unlikely when I'm not feeling good, I get grouchy. I'm trying not to. They could be any place there's pythons. India, Africa, places in Asia, lots of places in Asia, United States, Australia. Although chances are really good it's not Australia. No, but last time I was a little bit, I think the word that was used was using toxic positivity. I'm gonna work on not even doing that. But along with that, guys, along with that, if people come into this live and say things that aren't true, that's on them. But I have a need to voice my opinion about that. And I think I can do that without being mean or hateful about it. If you are of another race, my channel is open to you. But what is not open to you is the right to judge me or anybody that's in my chat, because you don't know me. You don't know. People that come in here throwing hate know nothing about me. And if it gets really bad, I'm going to do what any other YouTuber would do, and I'm going to deny you access to my live. That's just the way it's gonna go. I know they're just being silly. That's why this guy who came in at the very beginning, loves Spidey. That's why they're not gone. That, and they said they were sorry. So, you know, I have to respect that. So that's why they were allowed to stay. Maybe on my part, it's a little bit of being naive on my part. But if I don't do that, then it drops me down to their level, and I'm not going to do that. So, yeah. But I'm also, I can't afford to have that in my life. If it looks like it's, a legit thing of racism or any form of hate, you gotta go. So that's pretty much where I stand. Is we can't have that. I can't have that. Because if I allow it, then it reflects on me. And I'm not going to have that. So, yeah. Anyway, how's everybody doing? My co-leader at church decided, my co-teacher, knowing that I was going to have oral surgery, that's right, that's why we do, already made plans for tomorrow. Even though I was supposed to teach, he very wisely decided to not have me teach. So we're going to be watching a movie, which is that fits the theme for church at this moment in time. So that was really nice of him. Things have been really chill. Even the dogs were like pleasantly perfect yesterday. Cyrus is now, I have him where he knows that if I say cheese, means he's going to get a snack. So he'll go into his kennel and he'll wait for me to put the cheese in his kennel. And then I can close it and not have him try to get out. Tomorrow, I hope this isn't too gross, I get to flush where the teeth were. Hopefully I don't flush anything away that needs to be there. But knock on wood, so far no real pain. That might be coming though. It might be coming. I don't know if I have anything else. One of the topics that I'm really looking forward to doing in our look at the history of human history and nature is early humans and predation. I'm honestly like sort of excited for that. So basically what we'll be looking at with that topic is early humans, maybe not so early humans, maybe not even early humans, but scientifically we classify them as early humans. And animals that would have dined on early hominids. I'm also looking forward to talking about villages and what it meant not only for people but for nature. Talking about ethnobotany, talking about the tribes in America and buffalo, talking about things like the gods of Egypt, living in the Nile, not in the Nile, but in the Nile, and what that means for how the Nile helped to regulate life. The Lewis and Clark expedition, the fur trade in the United States, whaling, the Dust Bowl, and stuff like that. New foods, return, Spanish conquest. Wait, I get it. Spanish conquest and new foods. Polynesian expanse and animals. A land without horses, because that's going to be a thing. And those are just some of the topics. It's okay. That is one thing I don't like doing, is people asking questions about medicines or things like that. I hate telling people stuff like that because, yeah, it only takes once. But anyway, I don't know if there's anything else. I know. Let me do this real quick. I'm going to remove the live that we just did. And I'm going to add 2 more in. Because why not? I'm just going to take them from our list that we already have so that they're ready for the next live. Once I figure out where that is. Oh, okay. So I'm adding 2 more lives in. I believe it's March 17th, which is a Tuesday. We are taking a look at the back swimmer and the water strider. The Colorado potato beetle. And we'll do the tomato hookworm. I think that's what they call it, right? Anyway, so upcoming lives, March 10th and March 10th. Tiger bee fly and bush fly, box elderbug, small grass cicada. March 13th, exhibit focus, Madagascar forest and Madagascar Bronx Zoo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How are you? Then we have Arctic Passage and Tundra Trek later that day. March 14th, we're doing exotic foods, huckleberry and serviceberry. I'm good, all things considered. Leche tomato and Cape gooseberry. And that's going to be Saturday. There is a possibility that on the 14th, that the 6 p.m. live may not happen. This time of year gets really crazy with all different types of things. So there's that. March 17th, back swimmer and water strider, which are 2 water bugs or water insects. And then March 17th, we will talk about that in a second, okay? March 17th, we are doing a closer look again, and we're going to be looking at Colorado potato beetle and tomato hookworm. I love when people ask me questions like that, But there are things that affect that. Okay, nature fan, have a good night. Before I can turn on donations, there are things that have to happen, unfortunately, and it's out of my hands. We're at 2,292. We're at 2,000. I'm sorry. We're at 2,292 valid public watch hours. Before I can turn on donations, that number that I just put in has to be at 3,000. And that's going to come from people watching videos and people coming into live. So I can turn on donations once we reach 3,000, and they're legit 3,000. Once we hit that 3,000 mark, I can turn on donations and super chats and all of that fun stuff. We already have enough subscribers. That's not. We also need to get more people coming into live. Really, that would be cool. No. Nope. Any money that comes my way will do so through YouTube. That way, it's safer. I appreciate it, though. I need to go because I need to eat. So I will talk to you later. Thank you for coming in. And everybody have a great night. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Bye, guys. Be good. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.